Hello everyone, we are live and I am chocolate, but it's fine. I'm just managing my tech and I have to remember myself to take it easy and to make things with joy no matter what. I am live. I am just checking if I am live on YouTube, and this is the session Oli presents Joanie. So, apologize for the noise. I'm preparing myself a tea, and I am really blessed to have this session helping you, guiding you to know this amazing angel. So, am I audible on YouTube? Normally, I am live, and I am audible on YouTube. That's amazing. And I am live on LinkedIn. So, my friends, while we are waiting for Joanie to join us, let me tell you how amazing it is. Amazing, amazing. So hopefully that she will be able to join us. How are you feeling today, my friends? How are you feeling? Time flies. We are already on the 15th of May, 2025. And I am blessed. I am blessed to welcome an amazing angel friend who is giving us so amazing energies. So while I am preparing myself and take take it take it easy with the technology, I am checking if I am well live on LinkedIn. How are you feeling, my friends? Feel free to comment and let me know if you are live, if you are enthusiastic to know more about Joanie. Hopefully that she will be able to join us. I'm going to show the whistle, the bells and whistles to make it happen. And so I am live in LinkedIn. Am I audible? Nobody, yes. Let me know in the yes. Joanie, where are you, Joanie? So I am waiting for you. And so I will be on camera in a few minutes because I am preparing myself some tea right now. And this is the space where I got to thank you again for your presence, even the replay team. Because it's amazing to have an audience like you, even in the replay team or live, when I have the blessing to have you on live. So I am going anyway to make myself a cup of tea while I'm waiting for Joanie to join us. So bear with me. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Let me know in the comments how are you feeling today. And what a blessing to be here with you. What a blessing to be with you right now. And if this session, oops, apologize for that. I deeply apologize for this mic drop. Yes, literally, that was this mic drop. I still have to be aware about these kind of objects. They are fragile. So let me check on LinkedIn if I am still audible, because with this mic drop, it's a bit like tricky, you know? Yes, I am still audible. My mic is amazing because it was dropping on the ground. So apologize for the noise. We are already on the five minutes on the session, and I'm still waiting for my guest. I was preparing to welcome her. So while we are waiting, my friends, I am going to talk anyway about Joanie, so that you are having a sense of who is really Joanie. And anyway, who is truly knowing a person, especially that sometimes we don't know ourselves. But yet I'm going to share you the amazingness of Joanie while I am still waiting for her to join us. Hopefully that she knows that we are waiting for us. So here is the LinkedIn of Joanie. And if you have a question for her, feel free to comment on YouTube or LinkedIn. Even in the replay team, your questions are welcome because I can then ask her the questions that you were asking. So right now we are visiting the profile of Joanie on LinkedIn. So she is a business owner at Brush and Blush Studios, Neta certified. I don't know what is Neta. And then engineering, podcaster, distributor for piping products, golden retriever breeder. Whoa! So podcast, anything that is related to podcast is really interesting me. Languages, cultures, podcast. And I see that we have a common relationship. So Joanie. What a smile. So I am still live and waiting for Joanie. I don't have the whistles and whistles of Kiev, but I'm going to anyway to see if she's going to join us. So right now, do we have Joanie on the line? Do we have Joanie on the line? I'm going to test right there. Joanie. 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 I wish she's not having too much struggle praying for her. Well, we shall see. We shall see if she's not joining right now. I will wait a little bit, but I'm going to probably close the session and reschedule the session if she's not there. But I wish that she could join us. so that she can present herself, because I am good at letting others presenting themselves. I am like any, I am someone who is making people famous. But for that, there are people that ask to join us. Sorry, Johnny. Apologize for that. So we will live. I am going right now to wait. If there are anyone in the comments, let me know. And if there is no one in the comments, I'm going anyway to give some value, because I'm here to show up. So this is me with my mic, still in one piece. What a blessing. Apologize for making noise without letting you aware. So Joanie is an incredible angel friend, who is sending me sometimes messages, checking and to remember how amazing I am. And as I'm doing that for others, I'm really happy to receive these kind of messages, to have check-in from my friends like Joanie, Margaret, Adrian, Luz, and Wendy, and Sherilyn, and Peggy, and Victoria, and many others. How I am feeling today, it's really incredible. And Hildy, and Lexi, and so much others. So I am still waiting, but I'm going to see if in 20 minutes I don't have any news. I'm going to end the streaming, because I don't want to keep you off stage, neither on live or on replay team. Just to let you know that I am there to support anyone. So if you would like me to present you, then it's totally possible. We can book something in June or July. You just have to be present, because if you are not present, you will not be able to have any conversation. So this is the aim, is to have a conversation. So for the next minutes, I'm going to present myself. I am Oli, a neural language igniter or coach, whatever you name it, and I'm really passionate about languages and cultures, and also to bring the best in humanity, and including me. That's my challenge, to make it for myself. That's why I need others to do that for me, and then I can do that for others. And I am there to present people, to give them visibility to my network, to have deep conversation and deep questions. I was blessed to do that in the past weeks. The last one was, I think, Hermie or Henry Cameron. And it was really, really incredible. And I was doing that for other people. So I was also, aside Henry Cameron Hermie, I was also presenting, was doing a lot of sessions about French, and also about mental health, Café Libya. I was also presenting Marsha, and Marsha was presenting me. I was also doing the book club of Mr. J, the rules of engagement. And I was also presenting also Was doing a lot of things these last weeks, by the way. So, what to say more? That I love to convey my passion about languages. Language is truly something that is igniting me. And so, anytime that I can give amazing nuggets about languages, I'm really happy to do that. And Joanie was always, and still is, always pouring me amazing energy. And she loved puppies also. And she is also going into nature and exercising. And so we need these connections. We need these connections to empower each other's. And having friends like Joanie is incredible. And she's helping a lot of people around her, including Margaret. So it was a blessing. So is Jody going to join us? I don't know. Sometimes that happens that I am offering the space in the session, and I wish she's doing fine, that nothing struggling was happening to her. This has been already 17 minutes. I don't want too much going into this session if there is nothing more to say. So I might reschedule this one. I will let you know. So as we are going through this session, I'm going also to tell you how I really appreciate to be connected with some human beings. Life is a challenge. Wherever you are, US, South America, Africa, or Europe, or Asia, or Australia, New Zealand, wherever you are in this world, we are part of the 7% of the humanity that is the richest because we have life. There are people that are not anymore alive. So we are all in this planet with a limited time. Some will live a century, some will live few hours. And we don't know. We know when we are born, but we don't know when we'll drop our last breath unless we are deciding. But that's another debate. And my heart goes to the families and the friends that of the people that were taking their lives because we never know. But normally we are living each minute, each second, each minute, each day, each hour, each day, each week, each month, each year. And we don't know if we are going to live 40 years, 4 years, 4 months, 4 days. Hopefully, yes, because in 6 days I'm going to Sitges in Spain to see my community of neural language coaches. And hello, Zara. Thank you so much for joining. In fact, just to let you know that this session will end in a few minutes because I don't see Joanie, and it was like Oli presents Joanie. Maybe you can present yourself if you choose so. There is a link on the although it's only present Joanie. Joanie is not there, so I don't know, but maybe you can present yourself. This is your space, this is your occasion. If Joanie is not taking the space, I'm really happy also to offer the space to anyone who would like to present himself. So there is a link on the comments that I'm going to give right now, or maybe I'm going to send you a DM. Voilà. So feel free to join the stage if you would like to have a conversation, because it's a space that I offer to anyone. So I posted it also in the comments on my audience. Join us when you want. And it was like expected to see me and Joanie talking about each other's and me presenting Joanie. And I think I'm going to reschedule that, hopefully with Joanie present this time. But it's like I am really happy to welcome you, Zara, if you choose. So else you can also ask your questions about me, or telling us in the comments also what you are doing, what brings you joy, what you would like to see more in this world, so that we come to know more you. So I'm really happy because anyway, even if for some people this session might be, oh, this is a fail, the guest is not present, but I'm going to still wait 5-10 minutes, and I posted the link of Restream in the comments. So if there is anyone that is listening there, feel free to take this opportunity, if you choose so, to go to this stage so that we can have a conversation. Else, it will be for another time. I can also do in June an early present with you. But here you have the link on the stage that I post in the comments in Restream. So this is your time, as was not having any notice, any news from Joanie. It's sad, but at the same time, I don't know what happened. Normally she was aware. So it's okay. So Zara, feel free to comment, feel free to join the stage. Else, I am going to close this session in 5 minutes, because it's not me talking to myself with no one, or not giving value to the audience. And I will leave it as it is. I will leave it on LinkedIn, I will leave it on YouTube, and there will be a retake for this session. Already presents Joanie. So what are the things that brings you joy? For me, it's human beings, connections, nature, living the life with passion for languages and cultures, and be present. Be present to myself, be present to others. Life was not always easy for me. My mom passed away 36 years and 7 days ago, on the 8th of May. So, and I was going into motion, into life, without really knowing my purpose. And then in 2019, I was really, wow, French trainer, French coach. That was my intention, my mission. And then discovered more than 2 years ago the new language community. And I'm going to see them in 6 days. So that's a blessing. That's a true blessing. So from now on, I don't see any other reaction. So I'm going to close this room right now. There is no one on stage. There is no one willing to converse or to take this opportunity to introduce themselves. So I'm going to close the room. See you another time, hopefully with a retake of the Holy Presence. Okay. Saved by the gong. So here is Joanie. Hi.
Oh, is
Wow.
Sorry. My gosh, today has been like a crazy crazy day for me. I had
Take
to
a
get
breath.
like an emergency root canal, and so that was fun. And I had to pick up a check from a client, and it's just it's been one of those days. So
Saved
I'm
by
so
the
sorry.
gong.
What's that?
Saved by the gong.
Oh, the bell, by the gong. By the bell would be more my style. I really
Yeah,
like
as you wish.
it all.
As you wish, because I was at 5 seconds to click to end the stream,
Sorry.
and here you are. So it's okay. At
I,
least it will be for people that are live right now. Thank you, Zara, for being live. Thank you, everyone who is live. I don't think that will be a lot of people live, but it will be for the replay team anyway.
it's okay. Well,
And later I will
I
signpost.
am so apologetic. You don't know.
Oh, and Zara is joining the party. So Zara, what an amazing time, Zara! Thank you so much for joining. So I will share the stage with Joanie and with Zara.
Hi, Sarah.
Feel free to unmic yourself.
Anyways, Zara is one of my favorite names in the whole world, so I'm sure she has a
Oh,
lot to offer.
yeah. In fact, Zara, at any time, feel free to unmic yourself to express. Welcome also, Lisa. So it was like short summary for people that are joining live right now, like the 25 minutes, the 20, okay, she will be back probably when she is ready. So the 25 previous minutes were me talking with myself, blanking the stream and waiting for the angel to appear. And here is the angel. It's okay. Shining.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
Don't be
I
sorry, be happy.
I am no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time, but
You don't
yes.
waste my time ever.
Okay. So, anyways, give me a little recap of what you were talking about with yourself.
Well, I was talking about me presenting Joanie. This is the aim of this session. I was also sharing the screen about your amazing profile and how amazing you are with me, sending me the amazing check-in messages and your energy also when you are connecting with me and also in Margaret's place or any audio rooms, because of course it was last year, but you were also on audio rooms sharing some of your energy. And now we are having Joanie out there in the screen. What a blessing. So, Joanie, how much time do you have with us right now?
I've as much time as you want right now. So
Okay, so
I can I'm a give a little background on myself if you want. I can talk about how Ali and I met and what an A plus human he is and how much I care about him. I'm not even going to give you an A. I'm giving you an A plus. So I do a lot of things. I run a small general contracting company. I breed golden retrievers. I am a mother, of course, and I write. I sing in a band. And so I'm kind of like jack of all trades, master of none. And so, um,
Hmm.
but my real purpose, what I feel like in life is that I so many of us have a common thread between us and between healing some sort of past trauma. We all have them, don't worry, we all do. And I'm not a coach, um but I do think we all are so similar in the desires to want to be seen, to be curious, to protect our family, and protect our identity in the way that we know it. And so my goal in life is really just to, explore how to make the most friends across the planet. And I feel like LinkedIn initially really helped me with that. And, I was just scared chick from Chicago, yeah, and I found a voice, and that was really, really healing for me after some pretty tough stuff. So, yeah, I met Ollie in one of the rooms, but I guess mostly through Margaret, and he just has like this wonderful intelligent soul that he hides a little sadness behind his eyes, which gives him some depth. And so there are definitely certain people I have met through LinkedIn that I talk to personally just because they're my friends and I want to make sure they're okay. And Ali is definitely one of them.
Oh, thank you so much, Johnny. Your smile is already giving me goosebumps, and of course it could be Johnny presents Ollie, but in fact this is Ollie present Johnny. So I would like also to say that I receive it because somehow I feel like, oh no, Johnny, it's not about me, it's about you, you know. But yeah, I receive it because it's also the fact that if I don't allow to receive some gifts from others, I will block others to give to me or to others. So it's like I allow the universe to give me what in fact I was giving for months and years. And
Yeah.
so it's like for me, it's really the revelation that there are millions and millions of boxes that I don't open, that are from grace from God. And so, Johnny, you are free to share whatever you like about you, your life.
Yeah.
And let's begin from your first breath.
Yep. I first breath, goodness. It was as my dad reminds me, not on text or a card, but he sends me an email every year on my birthday. He thinks that's fancy. And so he sends me an email saying it was a very cold, cold day in Baltimore in January of
Mm,
1982 when you came.
mm,
And it makes me laugh every time because I think he's trying to capture something emotional in him, and he really it's the same thing every year. And then he stopped at his office to get some paperwork with my mom in labor. And then I came home to their house in Baltimore, and they got annoyed at me for crying so much that they put me out in January on a screened-in porch. And they wonder why I'm crazy. And then within the year, we moved to Philadelphia, and that's where I was raised with my two younger sisters and had a really good childhood. And went to college in Ohio and in Chicago, and then also in Chicago. So two graduate degrees and one undergraduate degree. And now I'm stuck in this state because I'm divorced and I have three kids and I can't move. So, but I love traveling more than anything. My favorite place in the world is probably Tuscany. I'm gonna go Tuscany. It was like right at the time, like I just got divorced, and we went over there for this trip with, I think it was for my dad's 70th. And it was magic. It was just like no TV. We were playing cards every night. We were all together as a family. I didn't feel stressed. Like there was just like the best food there ever. And it was joy. And I went over with my 3 children, one who was a newborn. And yeah, that flight was fun with two little girls and a newborn son, who would not sleep in that little thing that pulls down. That was a no for him. And then my 2 sisters sat about 18 rows behind me, and anytime I'd walk up and down the aisle, they would go like this, "We don't know
Mm.
her. We don't know her." And that's okay. They didn't have kids yet. It's actually totally, I forgive them. I would have enjoyed watching some movies on a flight to Italy as well. So, anyways, so yes, but now I live outside of Chicago and I take care of my kids half the time. And really, I think like this, I'm going to hopefully go in the second chapter of my life, not the third, but I really have taken a lot of time to explore interests of my own, and not just identify as like a mom or something, and really like not, um, let things pass me up while I'm still healthy and here. So, you know, F it, I got a motorcycle. It's pretty dope. And,
Mhm.
I'll go, swimming in the ocean naked. Like, oh wow.
Wow.
I am very comfortable with who I am, and I really enjoy just trying new things and figuring out what works for me. So yeah,
Mm.
there we go. There's Joni.
Thank you, thank you. And what a blessing. So thank you so much for sharing that. I feel the joy, la joie de vivre, the joy of life of Journey. And but at the same time,
Verdad, mi amor,
yeah.
mi chérie.
Oh, and also you talked about Italy. What are your favorite cities in Italy?
Well, I love Florence.
Oh.
I love Florence, and I love Siena. And so I guess kind of like the mid region, like Venice and Rome, I've both been to, and I would
Mm.
definitely take the central Italy over them just because of the amount of traffic. And in Tuscany, it's just people just taking their time, closing their little bars between
Oh.
1 and 4, and it's
Yes.
joy. And
Yeah.
I love the different landscape, that it offers, and I just love it. It's wonderful. We stayed on a working farm, so there was goats, and they made, cheese from the goats that were there, and they
Mm.
had a huge vineyard, and they would bring us a sampling of different wines every day. And we had a pool, but then we also had this old bathtub from I mean, the grounds were 11th century, but the bathtub was huge. It's where women would used to do their wash, but it was now just like a dipping pool. And
Mhm.
so my little girls could stand in it. It was just a concrete circle that has been around for probably 200 years. And it was joy. It's just joy to feel around family or friends. Family is who you created, but that was a joyful moment for me in the heart of darkness. So
Oh yeah, we need joy. And in Italy, I love so much this country. I've been probably 10, 11 times or more in Italy since 2010. In fact, and I've been to 60 different cities, but
Oh,
it was a bit crazy. Right now, I will choose not to go to more than 2 or 3 cities each time that I go in Italy. But it came a time from 2010 into 2013, even 14, that each time I was visiting 5, 7, 8 different cities. Like the most amazing trip was in 2011. I came 2 times in Italy that year, but in November 2011, I came to visit probably 12, 13 cities.
oh boy.
So I'm going to quote them then. Taranto, Lecce, Brindisi, Bari, Monopoli, Alberobello, Napoli, Sorrento, Amalfi, and then taking the TGV to see back my friends in Bologna, Mirko
And
and
now
Giusy.
during that time, did you have real buffalo, cheese? Like,
Yeah,
from
bufala,
buffalo.
mozzarella di bufala. Sì.
I'd like it only can be served within 12 hours because it's taken from the water buffalo and then given to whatever markets carry it. But it's only
Yeah,
12 hours. It
yeah,
is
exactly.
it's a taste you can't find here. You cannot find.
No,
Amazing.
it's really rare. Normally, it's mozzarella classic, but it's really rare to see. Like probably in Belgium, there are 5, 10% of chance to see the mozzarella di bufala, and it's even rare to see it bio because normally it's classic. Like I'm not going to quote brand, but the brand beginning by G. But it's also there is also a kind of mozzarella that I love so much, but it's even rare. It's like once in a lifetime, or probably 2 or 3 times in my life, I was able to taste that, and that's called the burrata.
Oh,
Burrata.
burrata.
Sì,
See?
la burrata,
Okay.
because la crema, la mozzarella di crema, cream, mozzarella with cream, and that's really tasty.
Like, I could just drink that watery substance. It's so good.
Oh, I show my weirdness, you know. At some point, I was taking uh, mozzarella in supermarket, and it was my treat. I was opening it. I was sometimes I was drinking the water, but most of the time I was letting the water out, you know, somewhere like in the
Yeah.
nature. And then I was taking the bowl and I was eating the mozzarella with my hand like
So would
that.
I. I would do
Yeah,
the exact same thing. That's not weird. I
yeah,
drink
but
pickle juice. Do you like pickles?
I don't know. I don't really
I
know that this
truly love
one.
pickles, and cornichons are my favorite. And I will sometimes
Oh,
just drink is so the juice because it's sodium and it's during this age of my life, sodium's like kind of a necessary thing. So I'm
oh.
weird. I drink pickle juice. So yeah, eating
Welcome
mozzarella
to
with your
our
hands
dream
sounds
world. Welcome to our dream world. And so now I would like to, I would like to acknowledge that you are alive, that you are taking life in a joyful way, and that was not always the case. And I don't want to be too much into the darkness because
done.
I you know, I to reveal a bit of my personal story. Also, I was having a partner near 10 years ago, and she was also out of a divorce, and it was really, she was entering my life like an angel, and she was also considering me as an angel because I was there for her to like an exit for a divorce. It was like me as an opportunity for her to get out of this divorce situation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would like to learn from you your wisdom about what are the things that helps you to overcome this darkness situation,
Yeah.
before the divorce and after the divorce.
I I'm certainly, yeah, not embarrassed to share any of that with you or with
Hmm.
your friends who are watching.
Hmm.
I got
It's okay.
divorced basically when my son was born, and they found out I had cancer in my back, and so he was born early, and he was in the NICU. I was at a different hospital downtown Chicago getting like a football scooped out of my back, and then getting my lymph nodes checked, which was terrifying. And I think like after that happened, I really, my marriage was already failing, but I really surrounded myself by my kids because that's what felt safe to me at that point. And then we got divorced. All I wanted was, rights to my kids. And then I eventually started dating again. Probably took a couple years. And one of the guys I dated he was a bad guy. And when I tried to break up with him, he came back to my house and he sexually assaulted me. And I lost my shit a little bit.
Wow.
And that was about 2 years ago, right when I was feeling
Wow.
so alone. And I found some of the LinkedIn rooms that seemed therapeutic, because the right type of therapy for you is your choice. It doesn't always have to follow the traditional roles. And so I'm really glad that I was able to find my voice and not feel shamed by that. And it's because I was able to say it out loud, and a lot of people I said it out loud to were like, "This happened to you, this happened to me, this happened, like, thank you so much for sharing." And I'm like, "Of course, like, anytime you do need anything, like, I want to be supportive." Never I'm not a coach, again, not a coach, just a mama here, who owns a little contracting company. And but I'm okay now. I really am. And it's because I have just kind of cracked the shell open, let some of that pain out, and said my truth, and explored a lot of other endeavors that I wouldn't have done, I don't think, even 9 years ago, 10 years ago. So, I feel really proud of myself for that, because it's making the most out of a life that kind of threw me some fucking curveballs. And it is not easy to go through divorce and have all that financial stress on you. And so I can see, like, exactly, like, or not see, but sympathize, empathize with all of that pain. If anyone's going through that, it is horrible. You're like, should I get the mozzarella? I don't know. Or the
Mm.
pickles. Who knows?
Mm.
And yeah, that's my a bit of a darker side of my story, but I had really good family. And even though they live all over the place, like, we support each other, so that's really important.
Thank you so much for sharing. And yes, you are an amazing person. And thank you also for sharing what you share, because it's really for me, it's really important to realize that our lives is not like Instagram or Photoshop. There are ups and downs, and mental health is so important for me. Also, this LinkedIn audio experience. Right now, I'm continuing with Go Brunch, thanks to Margaret.
Yeah.
I'm finding an amazing community in Go Brunch, and I'm using that as much as I can. And it's also to share, because it allows us to realize that we are not alone. But of course, your life is not my life. We are having 8.2 billion different lives on Earth, and at the same time, it's to realize that when we are able to find spaces to express ourselves and to find people that are listening without judging or without shaming us, because there are also multiple times kinds of persons. So it's to find a safe space where you can express, and you can also empower others, because we are here to empower each other and to elevate each other. It's an incredible opportunity that we are alive. We are already part of the 7% of the humanity. We are the most richest because we are alive. Many people that would I don't like to use this expression because they are already dead, but they will die to live again this world.
I would.
you know
I mean, can you imagine like you when you're old and you couldn't, let's say bicycle, throughout, the coast of Spain or something. I'm just spitting like something off the top of my head that you wish you did that. And it's like, just do it. And just put your freak flag out and be weird and, be yourself. And if people are so, single minded that they don't absolutely devour that about you, then, oh, well, that's too bad. I mean, there is so many wonderful people on this earth and that I have met, and I feel really blessed to have that revelation. Yeah, in the heart of darkness. So, and now, I mean, there's still dark nights. Don't get me wrong. There are still dark nights. There are still nights when my kids aren't sleeping here under my roof and I want to just rip my hair out. And it sucks. And there's nothing I could do about it at this point. But I just know that you are not alone, Allie. And you are not allowed to ever, yeah, self-harm is a no. It's just a no for anyone listening. It's a no. You can move
Oh,
on. I mean, come on. We move on.
that's something that is really important to say, is that it's already a blessing that we are having this conversation. We are having right now. We are thousands and thousands of miles apart. I remember of the time, like 35 plus years ago, was not having any internet, any smartphone. I began internet in 95, was 30 years ago, and I was
I
not
think I
having a
was in
smart.
Belgium in '95.
What? You were in Belgium?
In 1995, yes, I was.
Oh
Oh,
my.
that's where I learned about
Oh,
mayonnaise on my french fries. Ooh, delicious.
wow. 1995.
I
You were
was
in
there.
Belgium.
100% I was there.
You were very young, as I was. I was 19 years old.
Yeah, I was probably 14. I was 14. And,
Wow.
yeah, I was with my family. My parents' friend was, she was the one of the ambassadors, for the United States, for Belgium. So,
Oh, the world
yeah,
is small.
that's how weirdly intellectual my family is. Don't get me wrong, we were not rich. We just were intellectual, so
Well, the world is small, and So that's a true blessing. And also, in fact, it's about for me to not shame myself. I am who I am. I do my best to evolve into this world. And I, for instance, I love this song. I don't know if you know, My Place in This World. Not a lot to lean on. Fight through the night to find my place in this world. My
I really
place in this world.
You'll have to
That's
send me this
from,
later, but
of
I
course,
like it. It felt very comforting. It felt like a kind of a lullaby you'd sing to a child, but
yeah, that's from Michael W. Smith. And like, I was discovering this song in December last year. Building myself a playlist to connect more with God and Jesus. And yeah, there is also a video that I discovered few weeks ago about a choral singing. So wow, 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 wow. But it's really to realize that as long as we are in our flesh, and this is a blessing because we don't know how much years we have to live. But as long as we are in our human flesh, there will be challenges, there will be darkness, there will be obstacles and difficulties, there will be doubts and fear. It's part of our vehicle costume. There are emotions. We are living experiences, and then our body is trying to cope with that. Like the body keeps the score, and the fact that we can survive is either by burying our emotions or to express them. And if we
yeah.
are accumulating too much of these emotions, then our body is having disease, and so it will lead to disease.
Well,
So,
I think our body just our physical body is ever changing. Cells are regenerating, your organs can get healthier if you take care of them. And our mind is the most important organ. And so, yes, you can suffer inconceivable trauma and still have that somehow absorbed like into who you are and like make other people aware that they're not alone and then make yourself better because of that. It's like it's really hard to see people who have gone through hard times and then they're just stuck there. And it's not their fault. It's just how they're reacting to whatever. But I really chose to be mm, strong mama, strong Joanie, for myself, just for me, not even for my kids or anything. I wanted to be strong for me, and that's that's very important. And yes, there are dark times where I want to be an ostrich with my head in the sand. Do you know that?
mm,
Do you know that what I'm talking
of
about?
course, of course. And I have also these moments, but I need also to take brave actions. And right now, it's to realize that every action or inaction has consequences,
Yeah.
whether positive or negative.
Yeah, I mean, if you
And
spend the whole day inside, don't go outside, see anyone, you're just sitting there because 'cause you're just sad, which plenty of people do all around the world. I am not judging you at all, any of those people who do that. But then that day's gone. And so maybe, like, venture out and, like, do something, like, a little daring, like, pick a daffodil from, like, the community garden and bring it home.
oh, why not? Why not? Why not?
Why not? Yeah, you might get in a
Yeah.
little trouble, but you'll feel alive.
Well, it's the most important, and you are modeling something that I am doing my best to do is to be alive and to be my own self. And if I'm having the chills to dance on the street, singing a song, then I will dance on the street and singing a song. This is
Mm,
not of other business. This is my vibe. And then, in fact, it's really amazing because um I am inspired by some people that are doing that. I see. I walk in the nature, in the trail that is having full of nature. It's a path that is like 60 kilometers on Brussels. There are parts that are more greener than others, but and I walk, and then I hear a woman singing right there, just
mm.
singing to herself, like what a blessing! What a blessing!
What a blessing. Those moments, like, just, mm, put them inside
Yeah.
your heart. I love that. I mean, sometimes I'm walking my dogs and, I just, like, do a cartwheel. You know what a cartwheel is?
Cartwheel.
Kind of like a hand over hand, leg over leg, like, kind of a gymnastics.
Oh, ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
And I'm not, uh, in the right shape to do a cartwheel. Sometimes it hurts, and sometimes I just fall on my bum, but you know what? It feels good in the moment, and so
Mm.
it's just I think life, I especially, like, especially for Americans right now, it, like, feels not great. It doesn't feel great. And I encourage anyone to, like, just give themselves some moments of joy, just something
Mm.
joyful in every day. And that is like, F it if you think you're, being, too self centered. That's absolutely not self centered. That's how you will survive. And you don't do it for your kids. You don't do it for your husband or your boyfriend, whatever. Do it for you and do something silly because, who's going to laugh is you. You're going to laugh at yourself being happy.
That's it. And before we inspire others, we also do it for ourselves. And
Yeah.
also, I think it's also, it sounds crazy, but nothing is crazy nowadays, because I feel like it's really important that we are to also to be in peace with our body. Our body is our partner, our vehicle, our costume, and it's form of billions of cells. So why not to say, okay, the body of Ori, I
Mhm.
love you. I love you. This is not
This
crazy.
is
This is
this is a,
essential.
this is a hug from me to you.
Thank you. And it's like
I have to
a
close the
hug.
gate really quick. I'm 1 second, okay, hon?
Yeah, take a break. Take a break. We are going to have a break. Going to express my witness in singing you a song, and I was also posting the link on Streamyard, on LinkedIn. So if you are chilling with us, feel free to join also the stage anytime. If you are still live, or if you are having any question, even the replay team, feel free to ask any question, because it's Oli presents Joanie. And thank you also again, Zara, for joining, and also Lisa. I don't know if there are other people live. Feel free to comment yourself. And I
Alright.
am
Woo.
back on track, and Joanie is back. So what a blessing. So
Yes. No, I have a gate at, like, the top of my stairs so dogs
all is
don't come
fine. All is fine, and I'm really blessed to have this session with you, because it's about elevating others. And I would like to also share something that was really um, something that I'm sad, but I'm also happy.
tell me.
I will give you some context. January 2024, I was partaking as a co-author to my first anthology, Beyond Boundaries. And we were, it's really great. I think in an anthology there will not never be as much co-authors, because we were 27 co-authors. It's really rare to see an anthology as with so much co-authors. And one of them was Jessica. Jess Harvey. I don't know if you were able to know this person.
I did.
Jess is in the other world, but was fantastic. I say that because she passed away last year. And one of the things that is amazing is that I was, as a co-author, writing my chapter. And I was noticing other chapters, but I was not reading her story until then. I was deciding to be having the Holy Presence Chess Harvey, and it was on July of last year.
Mhm.
And 2 or 3 weeks later, she passed away.
Oh,
And for me, it was such a shock that I was probably silent for 6 months before my next Holy Presence. Like my next Holy Presence after her was probably in October or November, because I was quite shocked.
oh. Was it
Yeah.
suicide?
No, let
No.
me say it true right now. It was not suicide. I was thinking so, but it was not. It was an accident. Um, but it was, and then I was hearing her chapter through the voice of CJ. I
Mm-mm.
was not reading her chapter before. So I realized that, and it's not my fault, is the way that I'm built. Like it's difficult for me to read other stories, or to, it's only when they are present live and they are speaking their story in front of the camera, else I wouldn't be able to read. That's why I was also partaking into the book launch of Jay, the rules of engagement in
Oh,
storytelling,
yeah,
and
gosh.
making a book club.
He's not doing that. Is he
What?
still doing that? Is he still doing
Uh,
that?
Jay is the storyteller. He was doing the Saturdays with Jay.
Yeah, I
Saturdays
know,
with
I
Jay
love
anytime.
that, but he's not doing it anymore.
No, probably he will be back with that. But
I
the my
He
my
was great.
my aim my aim is to that I was not reading his book unless I was doing a book club. That was my way to say, okay, I was reading each chapter, and then having a session with him, because else I wouldn't be diving into his book. So for me, it's really to, the only present way is to give the spotlight to other persons. And I know that all the love that I allow the person to express will go back to me, because it's what you are also doing with me. At the same time, this is not the aim, but I accept it, because it's like it's a way for you to give me, because if I'm not receiving, if I'm not allowing you to give, and I'm not receiving, then it will be unfair from God's perspective or the universe. So, but at the same time, I'm also happy to connect with you with incredible persons. Maybe you know her already, Crystal Behe. She is also a survivor of domestic abuse. So she is now a domestic advocate for all the women that are where or are living difficult situations in their marriage or in their relationship, because
Yeah.
we need to talk about that. So now it's your session. So whatever you would
Yeah.
like to talk about, I am
I
yielding you
think
the mic.
I in regards to that, I was kind of emotionally, like, uh, I don't know, put down during my marriage, and I was smart, but I was with the children. I So that was really hard. But yes, when I was uh, raped by an ex-boyfriend, that I it just took the wind out of me, and I just want everyone to know, like, I feel like a strong person. I am a strong person, and I am now too. But, like, I always was, like, in sports and, I was smart and, I felt like I could do anything to protect myself, and, you know, when some 200 plus pound guy tries to take you on, you just, like, are like, "Fine, we'll get this over with." And, it takes a lot of, guts to just say, "We'll get this over with." And so for anyone out there who has suffered any of that, like, I I get you. And that doesn't consume my thoughts. I do not. I've forgiven this person. I've forgiven myself because for a long time I thought I was weak. And it's it's so different types of life trauma, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be so graphic as I just said, but it's really good to forgive yourself. And I I'm I'm healed, and I no, it's not because of Jesus. Sorry, I know Jesus followers, but I do love being spiritual, and I just want everyone to know that um, no matter what, life can be really happy for you, and you only need a few friends to like really make that work, but you can't be alone. That's very hard to be alone.
Hmm.
And fortunately, I have met some of my best friends through LinkedIn, and I'm grateful, very grateful.
Thank you. And we are welcoming Chris in a few seconds. I would like also to acknowledge how brave you are to speak about that, because it might also, and I apologize for the audience, it might also trigger something, but we have to talk about that. We don't, it's really important at your own capacity. And that's why sharing what you want to share, to say that we are not alone. And I truly, in my heart, I was not living that, but I was living kind of a trauma that was a bit similar, like disrupting my intimacy. I would say like that, in the boarding school.
Yeah,
But I will say that it's really, we need to get through education in school to teach consent, to teach
yeah,
relationship management, emotional management, to say that no is an answer, to say
yeah,
that it's not because you are clothed like this way that it's an invitation. That's also something that I see a lot of in the medias. Oh, but she shouldn't have to have a shirt so short, blah blah blah. These kind of things, you know. So, Chris, you are now on stage. Welcome, Chris.
hi, Chris.
You are live, my brother. Welcome, Chris.
I
Can you hear us?
have
I'm
no
listening.
sound. What happened here?
Does
Oh,
he have it on mute?
uh,
We hear you, Chris.
yeah, we can hear you. We
Hmm.
can hear you. Chris, you have the mic if you want, if you are able to hear us. We can hear you anyway from the TV behind you. Mr. Chris?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he'll join us in a bit.
Okay, I'm Mr. Chris, feel free
We'll
to
try to, like, get him back.
yeah, yeah. He's on the backstage right now. Feel free, Mr. Chris, when you are ready, type in the chat when you are ready to speak. Else, we are going to. I was saying that it's really important to know educate the children.
Yeah, I
It's really
think
necessary.
for men and women. It's like, young men are taken advantage of and said they did something they didn't do, and I that I have I have firsthand witnessed that, for boys I went to college with, and, God, I am such a boy mom because of my younger son. I will never not let him understand what consent means. It's very, very important to me. And my girls are just uh, wonderful and very prude. So we're going to go with that. Not like their mom, but fine. Oh, and also, if something shit happens to you and you are able to take your life back, I promise intimacy comes back too. You don't lose it. You still want it. You still want to be held by someone, kissed by someone, and it's a really great part about being human. The whole sexual aspect. So if someone messes that up for you, F them and try to get over it because you can. You can. I did. I'm good. I am not, comparing my experience to anyone else's, but I did, and I hope you can too.
Welcome back, Chris.
Hi,
Can you
Chris.
hear us? Can you hear us right now, Mr. Chris?
Sound for some.
Oh,
Uh,
we can hear you,
I hear.
but can you hear us? I don't think so.
I hear you now. I just wanted to stop by and say hello. How y'all doing? See how y'all
Ah,
been, and I'm coming in late. I just
super, Chris.
happened to pop up and saw y'all were on and wanted to come say hello. Cause I've been out over a month. I still got the end of this week before I'll be back. I'm hoping I'll be back soon. This weekend will give me a better chance, and I'll be off my breathing treatments and stuff. How you been, Miss Joanie?
Hi, I've been good. I have been raising 8 puppies at my house. So yeah, life is freaking nuts. I can. Do you want me to go grab one? I'll grab one and I'll show you guys.
Oh yeah, show
Yeah.
them. And while you are
I
doing
will.
that,
You keep the
what
conversation going. I'll grab one.
yeah, while we are doing that, I would like to express also to Chris hope that you are having better health because I know that it was difficult for you these last days and weeks. So I wish you are in better condition about your health.
I'm getting there, Mr. Ali. It's slowly. Did it? They had a CT scan because they thought I had a blood clot, but thank God I did, and I got a lot of scar tissue because my lungs didn't recover. But I'm slowly getting there. Today's been a better day where I've been able to talk a little longer without having to cough. So I got a treatment I got to do here. Marla's got a event at 6, I think 6 o'clock or 7 with Christine Bailey. I'm gonna try to make that before I do my treatment. If not, then I'm gonna go do a treatment. But I'm hoping by this weekend I'll be 100% by this weekend, and I'll be back because we got to start our event and get with Josh to finish my website. But it's been a slow process. It's been they
Oh,
beautiful. Look at that. Wow.
oh,
These are two of them. This is Marty McFly and this is Tootsie.
oh,
Oh,
And they are 16 days old now.
oh, wow.
and mama's doing so good, and daddy's doing good. So mom and dad are mine. They're my dogs, and they linked and had puppies. So this is it's unusual, but we're doing it. Okay.
Yeah,
So this is what
they're
they all look
cute.
like.
Yeah,
What
thank
kind of
you
Put
for
puppy?
on
What
it
sharing.
kind of breed?
things because of this. What did Chris?
Yeah. What kind
What
of
kind of
puppy?
breed are they?
Oh, purebred golden retrievers.
I thought so. I thought so. I just wanted
Yeah,
to make
Mhm.
sure. Wow.
yeah. They are really just joy. See, again with the joy, you gotta get it. And I'm like, okay, my puppies. So
Well, especially that there is J and O, and this your first name, Joanie.
oh yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
You
Joanie,
make me up a little like,
Joanie. Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
stop it already.
beautiful.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh,
bring him back, and then I'll give my closing remarks because we just got a tornado warning here, and so
oh
I'm
wow.
gonna have to close down some outside
Yeah.
things.
Cross
But
fingers for
I'm gonna put
you.
them back. Keep
Yeah.
talking.
Yes, of course. Yeah, so we are going to Chris Bailey session in less than an hour. I know it's in
It's
40
less than
minutes.
an hour, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so everyone in the comments or live on the replay team, feel free to ask any question to Joanie. It was an incredible session, and she's sharing so much from her heart and really raw conversation. That's really important. Like for you, Chris, it's about saving teens, and for Joanie, it's about empowering the young generations and especially the women and the girls that have to navigate into a world that is more and more difficult. And with technology, we don't know what's going to be tomorrow, if there will be adaptation, because whether the choice we are making right now, envisioning that it will serve in 5 years, we never know, because in 5 years we have to probably relearn something with AI or with the new changes that are happening to this world. But something will never change: critical thinking, emotional management, consent, and raising puppies. That will never change.
Die. Hopefully not. Goodness. I think that so many people out there in the world right now are just craving empathy. They just crave it, and they crave someone to understand them just for who they are. And I know I feel that way. And so that's, I'm just like one in whatever 9 billion. So if I feel it, I'm pretty sure most other people do too. And it's just, it's easier than you think. If you just put a little hand out and say, I just need a little bit of a squeeze or a hug, and it's really a good thing for your body to start like feeling like, I can do this. So
Yeah, and pets and puppies are angels in disguise for that. But also, I would say also that as long as we are alive, there is hope, and it's also to realize that it's our choice to surround ourselves with people that are empowering us, and to say gently but firmly to to other people that are belittling us, "I'm sorry, but you are not part of my team." To
and
love
that's
them, but to not allow them to control you or to smash you down. To only surround yourself with people that are empowering you. That's really important. That's why I'm with you, Joanie. That's why I'm also with Chris, because we are empowering others. We are doing our best
I'm
into.
part of the inner circle now.
What?
I'm in the inner circle. Inner
Of
circle, like,
course, you
yeah.
are within my heart,
Okay.
Johnny. You
You are
you are
within my
within my
heart too,
heart.
Angel.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I yes, at times, like, you can overextend yourself, just like you were saying, and that's also not great. You really need to take care of you, and let those really good people like Ali fill up your cup instead of some rude neighbor down the street who's gossiping about the fact that you're a divorcee.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we also need to envision the possibilities. Just a simple phrase like imagine. Imagine. That's to bring hope for a future that we want to live. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine
Imagine all those people
people living
in
right in peace.
a world.
Woohoo! You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I wish someday you'll join
Exactly.
us and the
Yeah.
world will live as one.
Yeah. Gosh, there's so many different viewpoints. It's hard, but I do think at the core of most people is good. And so, yeah, that is an important thing to remember. And yes, for any of your viewers who want to reach out to me on LinkedIn or whatever, if they just like need like a friendly face, I really find it important to empower men and women who might be struggling and just tell them to suck it and be a grown up. No, I'm kidding. I don't ever say that. But just to, I realize this life is so precious.
Hmm. So then I have three next and last elements. My first one will be Chris. Do you have a question for Johnny?
No, I don't have nothing for just I just caught y'all at the last minute. I don't know what y'all was talking about, but I just caught y'all at the last, and I just wanted to jump in and just say hello to both of y'all. You know, hadn't seen y'all in over a month because I've been MIA. I hadn't long. Was in the hospital and came home, so I just wanted to stop in and just say hello because I just came in at the end. And it's good to see you again, Joni, and you too, Mr. Ali. It's good to see
Yep, I'm
y'all.
still here. I'm still here, Chris. I'm
Yeah.
around. I
Hopefully
was
this.
talking. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Hopefully this weekend I'll be back to 100% where I can talk without having to cough and all that. This asthma's just really been tearing me up, and thank God it was just bronchitis and not pneumonia, and I didn't have. They did a CT scan and ruled out I didn't have a blood clot, just a scar tissue. So, thank God that was good. But I didn't have no questions. I just wanted to stop in and say hello, and it was good to see y'all because I caught y'all at the last minute. I don't get the notifications. I don't get notifications from
It's
LinkedIn.
hard. There's so many
The
different platforms. It's hard
right.
because I find
That's
it
okay,
hard.
but I just happened to pop in here and saw y'all were live. And I said, oh, I got to go and say hello, But it's
Thank
good to
you.
see y'all. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Chris.
did tell
And
a couple of my friends, because unfortunately we did have a friend pass away, and no one could reach them. And I'm like, okay, I'm a real person. Like over here, I'm just like I'm real. Like I give myself a bruise, and I gave them my address, my phone number, and so plenty of people know. If something were to happen to me, like they wouldn't be like all like oh, she just went off into the metaverse. And and I'm definitely a real human over here outside of Chicago. But
I was about to
I
ask you, that's where you at in Chicago? You live in
Naperville,
Nickerville,
outside of
Chicago?
Chicago, Naperville.
Oh, I got kin folks in
So it's about
Illinois.
like 18 miles outside of Chicago in Illinois.
Oh,
Yeah.
Illinois. Yeah, I got people in Illinois and people in Chicago. Yeah.
Oh, good. So do I. But I mean, I'd appreciate your people too. I mean, if something happened, we're gonna need all the support we can get.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's also to check in on another. I have also a short anecdote to you because I decided to leave my dad in 2019. Before I was living with my dad, and then I decided to live on my own. I see my dad regularly, like once a month. But few 1 or 2 months ago, he was calling me because was one of his neighbor that passed away. The only thing is that he was not checking in, and her daughter found him, but he was already in the other world since probably 2 or 3 weeks. So the thing that I am arranging with my dad, and so for me it's also a reminder because I should have called him already earlier this week, but it's to call him at least once a week, even if we are seeing each other once a month, to call him once a week just to check in. And because it's really breaks my heart because I could imagine that I'm calling, there is no reply, and then I'm a bit worried, and then I go to check on him, and then I find him. But it's the way it is.
Or you put it behind you and you're like, okay, like he must be out taking a walk or, making some food. And
Yeah.
yeah, we got this camera system when my grandmother, my Grammy, was in her final days. Um, and we saw her fall, and she just was laying there for 3 hours, and she was like a
Wow.
tiny little petite
Wow.
woman, but if it wasn't for those cameras, we would not have known. And she had like the button around her neck and everything. If someone's elderly, it's very hard to push a button. So the cameras, if you do have elderly people, it is kind of a nice way to check in, or if your neighbor's car hasn't moved for a long
Yeah.
time, just say hey.
It's also important because 1 or 2 years ago, and I will leave really short this anecdote, but it's also breaking my heart. It was a Sunday, and I was. It was a coincidence, probably, but I don't believe on coincidence. But I was planning anyway to go to the place where my dad lives with a friend, and we were having like walking in the park into nature in the suburb, and it was near his place. But then on the morning before meeting my friend, he called me uh, if I was able to see him, and the reason he asked me is that he was not feeling well, and he was preparing himself to go to the hospital. At the end, he was probably a few hours, not more, in the hospital, but he had difficulty to breathe. So for me, and then I was waiting my friend outside of his place because my friend was somewhere, and I was calling him. I'm ready. Can you pick me? Blah blah blah. And as soon as I was getting out of his place, 5 minutes later, I was hearing the ambulance, and it's really and I was on the corner. I was not seeing him, but the simple fact that he was calling the ambulance and to get to the emergency, because yeah, so it's really something that we need to talk more, No more taboos. No more taboos, because there are out there people that are living what you are living. So it's really important to break the silence.
Yeah. And it just, be human. Check in, like, and the people you love, even if that's like, whatever, a text message, a WhatsApp message. And yeah, but certainly the elderly have a really strong place in my heart, because I just love my Grammy so much, even though she was a total witch. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother story. But we loved each other. And so yeah, so I appreciate you having me, and it just was a joy to see your beautiful face.
Yeah,
Your
I
your
was forgetting. I was forgetting that I still have two questions, so I will be quick. But what
Okay,
are
go.
your what are your next projects in the next weeks? What are you cooking for us in the next weeks?
So I have I have one of my books coming out, which
Woohoo!
is about three sister triceratops, and it's a children's book, obviously, and it's
Cool.
really sweet, and it has a whole index about dinosaurs. And I'm taking care of the puppies, obviously. And then also on the side, I am so my mom wrote down a huge book of her recipes for me. She's a fantastic cook. And I am writing down my recipes to add in there for my children. So it's just like a collaborative effort. And so yes, I believe me, the lemon semifredo that's going in there.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so those are, I guess, three uh, hard projects. I also, I own my company, but it's so small. It's like we do like one project a week. So
Thank you. And then my last question. I wish you that you are living amazing, numerous years and decades. Yet, if tomorrow is your last day, what is your departing message to the audience, and the next generation?
wow, that's hard. Hmm. I, you know, I would say, just appreciate uh, just the person you are. Try so hard to appreciate the person you are. Don't try to be something different. And appreciate sex, humor, and empathy.
Wow, what a powerful message. Well, I will appreciate sex, humor, and empathy. And I will think
It's
about
she
you.
for me. She for me.
Oh yeah, she. Wow,
It's,
wow.
it's God's three free gifts. I mean, everyone can know it. So
Well, I acknowledge that there is also a she in me.
she is me.
SISHE. There is she in me. Yes, sex, humor, and empathy. I love it, by the way. So I love also that you are a
Hey, what
warrior,
happened?
because you are also a warrior of words.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I appreciate you, Ollie, and I always will, forever and ever. I do have to like shut down some things outside because there is somehow a mix
yeah.
happening.
Keep shining, Joanie, and keep shining, everyone. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation of Oli Presents, because you are truly a gift. We are a gift for each other. And see you in a Goblin room very soon.
All right, hugs.
Arrivederci.